There's an old guy. He spent 30 years building his business. It does $1 million in revenue. It does $200,000 a year in profit. You and him agree on a purchase price of $700,000, 3.5 times EBITDA. The bank, you've got a bank that will support that purchase price. They're going to fund 80%. They're going to fund 80% of $700,000. They're going to put in $560,000 to the deal. There's $140,000 left. One of your due diligence questions is you're going to say to the vendor, would you accept vendor finance? They're going to say, well, depends what much, depends on the terms. You're going to say $140,000. They're going to say over what time period? You're going to say you're going to agree to 3 years. You're not going to mention interest. So what you're going to do is you're going to get that $560,000 off the bank, and you're going to get it on preferably an interest-only period, if possible. They may even require you to pay off some principal. Doesn't matter. As long as the $200,000 in profit per year can sustain the repayments to the bank and pay off the vendor finance component, then you've got a deal that funds itself. Rinse and repeat. Do that over 5 or 10 deals, and then all of a sudden, because you've got 5 or 10 businesses, those businesses aren't worth $700,000 each anymore. Because you've got a bundle of them, they're now worth $2 million each. So $2 million each minus $700,000 is $1.3 million times 10 deals. You've got a $13 million business, 13 net asset position. After you do an exit, you sell off. And you'll have your advisors and your board members to advise you when the right time in the market to sell is. Who are you going to sell it to? Sovereign wealth funds? You're going to float the company, preferably. Why are businesses on the stock market worth more? Because they're liquid. They're fully liquid companies. You can do 10 deals in 2 years and have a net asset position of 13 million in 2 years. If your deals are smooth and you do them right, and the banks are happy with your performance and you don't drive them into the ground, like I drove one of my businesses in the ground, cost me a lot of time. Hey, I'm still doing it. Have I done an exit yet? No. Should I be coaching? Well, my plan was to do coaching after I did an exit, but I thought, I'll fast track it. So not only do you have access to all of my proprietary, information, but you've got my experience on your board. You've got my experience that you can leverage to make a lot of money. This is how you rob a bank without a gun. If you're interested to learn more, follow me.